What is up, weather enthusiasts? I'm your host, Pat's Path Predictor. Let's get right into the weather. Alright, so this is the situation we have right here, ladies and gentlemen. We have a giant enhanced risk issued from Des Moines, north in Iowa, all the way down to Greenville, Mississippi, from west of Springfield all the way to east of Evansville. It is currently affecting almost 17 million people right now, from Memphis to St. Louis to Des Moines to Little Rock to Springfield. But yeah, this is what we got right here with the probabilistic. This is all in a hatched area, by the way. So we're potentially looking at some very significant severe weather right here. Let's go ahead and show you what we're looking at right here. Potentially intense and widespread severe thunderstorms are expected Friday afternoon into the overnight hours across portions of the middle Mississippi Valley and mid-south vicinity, eastward to the lower Ohio and Tennessee Valley. Damaging gusts and tornadoes will be the main hazard with this activity. Cloud text to mid-Mississippi Valley. Widespread regional episode of severe thunderstorms is possible Friday. This isn't me saying this, guys. This is the SPC. Widespread regional episode of severe thunderstorms is possible right there. Now, what is going to be driving this? Let's go ahead and show you right now. Let's go ahead and show you the latest. Let's go ahead and show you what the dew points are going to be looking like in the Midwest. This is what we got right here. The dew points, looks like they're going to be in the lower 60s as they approach here. And as this thing continues to develop and as that dry line and cold front start pushing things through, we're looking at basically dew points potentially in Arkansas down to 67 degrees, in areas around the Chicago area around mid to high 50s, and in Iowa when this thing starts initiating around 60 to 61 degrees. So we have plenty of moisture with this, and if we take a look at the temperature right there, yeah, the temperature is in the high upper 60s to lower 70s in this area. So yeah, definitely if we take a look at the humidity, especially if we take a look at the humidity with this, the humidity in the morning is really good, and then as we continue to develop, the humidity starts, especially east of where the initiation in parts of Missouri is really good. It's in the 90s and everything. So that's the moist air that's going to be driving this thing. Now, the next thing we're taking a look at is the Cape, and the Cape isn't overly impressive right now. The Cape right now, if we take a look at this, and this is 4 o'clock on Friday right here, the Cape is not that bad, honestly. It's cracking around 2,000 in parts of Iowa right there, and in parts of Illinois. We could honestly see 1,000 joules per kilogram at some point, especially in the St. Louis area, considering we're starting to see values, and we're seeing an uptick in the models of the severity of this. So next thing we're going to go ahead and show you is the supercell composite. This is basically when this potentially initiates in the morning in Kansas. This thing is when it's at its peak in parts of Iowa right there. We're approaching double digits right there. And even in areas like St. Louis, we're seeing potentially a supercell composite of 7 to 8, which that is actually really good right there for that. Now a significant tornado parameter. A significant tornado parameter early on is going to mostly be in Iowa. That's going to be the biggest part of it early on, around 4 to 5 in that area out of 10. And then we got down here around 5.1, 5.5 or so. If we go ahead and go even further south, we're looking basically at this area right there. Looks like initiation in the deep south is going to be a little bit later into the evening or everything like that. But in southeast Missouri, we're looking at values of over 6 in this case. So definitely a very serious situation right there. Next thing I'm going to go ahead and show you is some soundings I took a look at. This is a sounding for Edwardsville, Illinois. Basically what we got right here. Take a look at the SRH, folks. The SRH is very extreme in this. The Cape is not very impressive, however. So unless that Cape starts to improve a little bit more, if we start seeing around 7, 8, 9, even 1,000 Cape, we could start seeing some potential stuff. But the shear, unless that Cape improves, is what's going to be carrying this event. SRH is close to 600 at surface to 1 kilometer, over 600 at surface to 3 kilometer. Look at the shear too. The surface to 1 kilometer shear is 50 knots. That is crazy, and that is potentially going to enhance some tornado development. Surface to 3 kilometer, 67 knots. Still pretty crazy. Take a look at this. Surface to 6 kilometer, over 100 knots of shear. That is going to enhance supercell development, ladies and gentlemen, if some cells can get in front of the squall line that's going to be moving through. And as we take a look at this, this is becoming more directional than speed shear right here. It's been improving a little bit over the last day or so, but so far we'll have to continue to keep an eye on it. Potential hazard type tornado right there. Next sounding we're taking a look at, this is up in near Iowa, ladies and gentlemen, and the shear is mostly speed shear up there, although the Cape is really going to be initiating some storms up there. SRH is not nearly as impressive as it is near St. Louis, but if we take a look at the surface to 1 kilometer, it's 27 knots, not too bad. Surface is 3 kilometer, 51 knots, yeah, that's pretty good for tornado development. Surface to 6 is 78 knots, which that's still pretty good for supercell development, ladies and gentlemen, although it is mostly speed shear, so we're going to have to continue to keep an eye on it. And this last sounding is down in Arkansas, ladies and gentlemen. This one, the Cape down there is around 1,000 joules per kilogram, but we are looking at some potentially directional shear right here, better than what we see in Iowa and what we see in St. Louis. And if we take a look at this, SRH is pretty impressive, 440. That's really good. 564, that's extreme at 3 kilometers. 42 knots of shear at 1 kilometer, 53 at 3, and 84 at 6. That's going to enhance your supercell and tornado development right there. And as we take a look at this, especially in Arkansas, we're looking at EF3 to EF4 range type tornado in that part of Arkansas right there. Now, if you want my personal opinion on this, I think we're going to actually see two different areas of moderate risks. One around Iowa and northern Missouri, and another one in the deep south around Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, southern Missouri, those areas right there, because that's going to be the greatest threat of severe weather. Unless something drastically changes in the area in between, I think that's what's going to be happening. But with that being said, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. It helps me out and helps me make more videos like these. The goal of this channel is to get more people engaged with weather. But with that being said, have a wonderful day, guys. Stay safe.